Okay, so have you ever tried playing a major 7 chord and moving the root and the 5th up by a half step? Or have you ever tried playing a minor 7 chord and moving the root and the 5th down a half step? This is a really nice kind of progression. It's called glide chord progressions because you're gliding 2 of the notes in parallel, just by half steps. You hear this kind of chord progression a lot in minimalist music. If you think of Philip Glass, John Adams, Steve Wright. But it works just as well in jazz, if not better, because the more extensions you use, the more dramatic the effect is, especially if you use the Kenny Barron voicing. And I'm just moving every other note in parallel and keeping every other note the same. So you can go through the chord sheet, and every time you see a minor 7 chord, you can substitute it for a major 7 chord the half step below. So if I saw a C minor 7, I would play B major 7, and vice versa. If you see a major 7 chord in the chord sheet, you can substitute it for a minor 7 chord a half step up. So if I see a C major 7, I might play C sharp minor 7. So I'm going to start by playing the opening of Misty, and I'm going to reharmonize the chords using glide progressions. So the first chord is an E flat major 7 chord, but instead I've played an E minor 7, and then I've chosen to slip down to the original. And here, instead of, this is the original A flat major, but I've played A minor 7. So instead of E flat major 7, I've preceded it with the E minor 7. And here in the chord sheet it says C minor 7, but I've slipped down and I've played B major 7. Here's an F minor, but I could precede it with E major 7. Instead of ending on E flat major, I've got an E minor. Bear in mind that when you change the harmony, you change the scale that you're using. So when the chord sheet says C major 7, this implies a C Lydian scale. But when you reharmonize it and play a C sharp minor 7 chord, this is going to imply a C sharp Dorian. So you might have to tweak some of the melody notes. Likewise, when the chord sheet says C minor 7, the scale that implies is C Dorian. I always recommend playing a natural 6th rather than a flat 6, which is slightly more dissonant. But when you reharmonize it and play a B major 7, the new scale that implies is B Lydian. So bear that in mind, you might have to tweak some of the notes in the melody. So I suggest you go through chord sheets of the pieces that you enjoy playing. So every time you see a major chord, try substituting it for a minor chord a half step up. And every time you see a minor chord, try substituting it for a major chord a half step down. Thanks a lot for watching. If you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate if you just give me a thumbs up. And please let me know any topics you want me to cover in future tutorials by leaving a comment below the video. Thanks a lot guys, see you soon.